guys, so today I want to talk about Miley Cyrus and her coming out situation, even though she didn't really come out, and I just feel like there have been a lot of misconceptions about what she said. So I'm going to talk about that with you guys today because I feel like you'll get me and we'll be on the same page. And if we're not, then maybe you'll learn something, who knows. Okay, so if you're not already caught up, it all basically started when Miley Cyrus was doing a Q&A on her Facebook page and someone asked her what her sexuality was. And she replied, "I never want to label myself. I am ready to love anyone that loves me for who I am. I am open." So that basically falls under the category of bisexual, pansexual, omnisexual, polysexual, basically anything. So people jumped to calling her bisexual most commonly. But she never said she was bisexual. And she went on to say in interviews that she didn't identify strongly with male or female and that she just didn't feel comfortable in a specific binary gender. However, people took this to mean that she was genderqueer, which by definition she could fit under that label, but she never called herself genderqueer and she never called herself bisexual, pansexual. She never said that she wanted those labels. She actually said that she didn't want any labels. She actually posted a picture of a written interview that she did in which they call her genderqueer and commented on it with, "Nothing can and will define me. Free to be everything." So clearly she's uncomfortable with people labeling her left and right, all these random things that she never said she felt comfortable with. She said she feels comfortable without a label. And the fact that so many people are disrespecting that and just deciding to label her as all these different things is so disturbing, because that's pretty much just as bad as saying that she's straight and cis. Like, she doesn't feel that way about herself. So why are you trying to force labels onto her? And I get that it's so exciting to have someone so big in the media not conform to a binary gender and to not be straight or gay, to be, a non-binary sexuality. But that doesn't give you the right to say that she's bisexual or pansexual to get that representation in the media. You don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to say that she's genderqueer or trans because she doesn't want to be a boy or a girl. You don't have the right to give her those labels just to get representation, because that's not who she is. That's not how she feels. Like, the underrepresentation of non-binary sexualities and genders in the media is very frustrating for people who identify with those things and they would like to see themselves in other people. But labeling someone who doesn't feel comfortable in that label as that thing that you want representation of, that's not representation. That's disregarding people's sexualities and genders. And if you are frustrated with the lack of representation in bisexual, pansexual, genderqueer people in the media, I think it's important to realize that what you're trying to support is the representation and validation of feeling attraction to all genders and not conforming to one gender. And you're not supporting necessarily the words used to describe them. So you should feed off of that, because yeah, it would be cool to have someone who did strongly identify as pansexual, but you also have someone who feels the same way as a pansexual and is still represented and is still validating that sexuality. I've just seen so many articles about this saying that she has come out as bisexual and genderqueer, but she hasn't. She didn't really come out. She didn't say that she felt comfortable in those labels. She just told us how she identifies, which is not a boy and a girl and can love anyone. So that's her identity. That's how you should be referring to her, not as bisexual or genderqueer. Clearly, I'm very angry about this, but I just wish that people understood that you don't have to identify with a specific label to have your sexuality and gender be valid. And if you feel comfortable without a label, don't feel pressured to use one, because people may not understand that, because they'll learn. Maybe that could start with journalists actually getting information right when they talk about people's identities. That would be cool. Okay, so I think I'm doing right, but I do want to talk about Miley Cyrus a little bit more, because she started this super cool organization called the Happy Hippie Foundation that focuses on helping homeless teenagers, LGBT youth, and other suffering populations in teenagers to bring attention to these groups of people and to help them through charities and such. And it's super cool, and I really love everything she's doing for all these different communities and teenagers that she can identify with and try to understand. And she's just doing a bunch of things that I definitely support and would recommend you go check out so you can see how you can get involved and stuff. Alright, I think that's all I have to say, so I'll see you guys next time I make a video. Bye! Alright, so I meant to upload more ukulele covers than I actually did last month to make up for lacking of vlogs, but I just didn't really feel the camera pulling out thing last month because I was still very tired from beta. So, but I'm trying to get back into the vlogging situation before VidCon because that's super soon, and I'm trying to get back into the vlogging thing so I can be super active for VidCon. Yeah, that's it now, I think. Okay, bye!